guys? It's your boy Jdenator here, and today we're going
Testing 1 2. Hey guys, it's Jdenator here, and this is the kids game that took me 10 years to beat. Let's get into it. So, some of you might not know who I am. My name's Jaden. I used to make a lot of videos. You shut the fuck up. I used to make a lot of videos when I was like 12, but life started and I lost interest in making videos. Today, I'll be talking about a little game some of you may have heard of, some of you may not have, and all of you have definitely heard that song. Yeah, Yokai Watch. Specifically the second one. I got Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits as a Christmas gift in 2014, and it felt awesome. I love Pokemon, so watching the yokaiwatchanime on Disney XD felt like a similarly fun experience for a stupid, slightly autistic 8-year-old kid such as myself. Seeing these characters interact with different talking animals, having them fight some greater evil or just use their animals for everyday life, really tickled some cortex in my little developing brain. Of course, there's the main character, Nate, his pals, Whisper and Jibanyan, and all the other yokai he would encounter on his adventure. In the second game, Nate has to go back in time to help his grandpa stop a big bad villain named didnt from mind controlling the entire world. While doing the research for this video, I actually found some pretty crazy backstory for this character. Apparently she was arrested at a young age for a crime that she didn't commit, rotted in jail, and became a yokai so she could steal time away from people just as she had her time stolen away from her. It's kinda messed up. But I don't really care. She has a single voice line that she spams every time she uses an attack. Okay, simple enough, right? Go through the trial things, capture yokai, go back in time, fight some guys, then fight Dame Dead Time. And the day is saved. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm stupid and slightly autistic, a little on the spectrum. In Yokai Watch, my yokai were not the strong, legendary ones a lot of people would have, no. I think I had one good yokai called Nurse Tungus, and it just had really good healing. I had 3 bad unevolved yokai, a yokai called Pain that did like good damage, but he was like a swole ping pong ball, so he was awesome. And a yokai called Bakulia, which had a whole gimmick of putting other yokai to sleep, which was actually really broken. It couldn't hit boss yokai. It was basically useless. And that was my favorite yokai too. It was very cool, it had a cool design. But this is where the longest of the pauses comes in. As a stupid little kid, I tended to not finish my games and gave up very easily. This game at the time had suffered the same fate after little 8-year-old, 9-year-old me couldn't beat the fucking old lady. After slamming into a brick wall for a while, I eventually gave up and probably played Pokemon Omega Ruby, which came out that same year actually. Then I forgot about the game, and as I got older, Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits was pushed further back in my mind. Until one day, in 2023, I decided to pop open my old new Nintendo 3DS XL, and could you guess what game was in there? It was Pokemon Ultra Moon. But I already beat that game, so I didn't want to play it. Instead, I feasted my eyes upon Yokai Watch 2 inside of my cartridge case, surrounded by Super Mario Sticker Star and Cars 2 the game for the Nintendo DS. I popped in the game and quickly started playing. Remembering that I never beat this game, I quickly opened up the game and hit start and went into my save file and saw that all my yokai were fucking dog shit. Yeah, they all sucked. I remembered all these yokai. Instead of going straight to fighting Dame Dead Time again, I actually attempted to level them up. In the game, you could level up your Yokai Watch, which would also level up the yokai that you could find, which I also liked and I also knew. With my newfound knowledge of the internet, I could just look stuff up that I wanted, or if I got stuck and didn't remember where to go. After going through the game a bit, I eventually caught some new yokai to replace my old ones. Yokai like Komiger, the evolution of Komajiro, who does decent electric damage, as well as an event yokai Mermaiden, which was good and could evolve, but I couldn't find the item to do so. I still had the other yokai that I mentioned, including Bakulia, and after leveling up my watch to rank A, I was ready to fight Dame Dead Time. Now, dear viewer, you might think that I've matured, grown up, gotten smarter, gotten a girlfriend, maybe been a little less special, and while one of those things is true, now, not back then, I still was a very stubborn young man. I refused to look up how to beat Dame Dead Time, and this was a curse for now 17-year-old Jaden, who is above the age demographic of this kid's game. In the fight against Dame Dead Time, she uses a move where she heals all of her health back. I had never gotten to that part when I was younger, and I already struggled with getting her to half health in the first place. So when she healed back up to full, I looked over to my friend in gym, who we'll call Choo Choo. I screamed, "What the fuck?" and closed the game. Choo Choo then explained how I got outplayed when I did not, in fact, get outplayed. This made me quit instantly. Not the remark that Choo Choo made, just the fact that she could heal back up to full health. And this is the second, obviously shorter hiatus of Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits that I took. After going through more life, my friend Leo said how I should, hack my 3DS. Because the eShop was going away, and there's a lot of games that are good on there. Since he's an awesome guy, and I wanted to play Kid Icarus Uprising and Fire Emblem Awakening, he did it for me. But before I played any of those new shiny games, I had to get my revenge on my old rival, Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits. Once again, I hopped back into the game, not changing my team, remembering how to play, and started playing like a true strategist of using items and Nurse Tungus's healing to keep my yokai alive. I was able to get to the halfway point. At this point, she heals again. And what I never noticed in the 9 years of playing this game is that you're meant to instead fight her two henchmen, Kin and Jin. When defeating her two henchmen, she couldn't rewind time, which means that she couldn't heal. So after completing this feeble task, as I am now an adult playing a kid's game and losing, mind you, which is sadder than being a kid playing a kid's game and losing, I return to Dame Dead Time. After defeating her first health bar, she goes into a second phase, turning into Dame Demona. During this phase, you're meant to shoot these snakes that she spawns with the stylus on the bottom screen, so you can find ways in to get damage on her. I beat it first try. After defeating her, the day is saved. You can go back to your timeline. Whisper mentions that the games of Yokai Watch 1 and Yokai Watch 2 take place in the same summer, which wouldn't make sense as these events in these games would take years for someone to do. And he comes to the conclusion that time is paused for Nate, and everything happening isn't really happening. Now, this would put any 11-year-old child, including myself, into a midlife crisis. Except now I'm an adult playing this children's game, so I didn't care. After this, I saved, closed the game, and actually went on to play Yokai Watch 3, as well as the amazing games earlier I mentioned. I actually recommend this game, as I think it has really fun ideas and designs for some of the yokai. I personally mess with Mangy Mutt, who's like a
Predator
dog with a human face. And that, my dear viewers, is the game that took me 10 years to beat, that goes by the name of Yokai Watch 2 Bony Spirits. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit a like button if you really want to. This is Jdenator saying goodbye until next time. Peace. Can't even see my fucking fingers. Let me do that again. We keeping all this in. This is Jdenator saying goodbye till next time. Peace.